Whale, large indie VTuber Bao the Whale had problems with her previous merch company called Merch Copium, and Merch Copium transferred, well, they kind of scammed her of all of her money. They'd owed her, I think it was $13,000. Vite Ramen came in and they kind of swooped in to, you know, help her out. Same with all the other large indie VTubers that Copium Merch had scammed. But now it seems that Bao is also moving away from Vite Ramen. And it's like a very brief message that she posted a few days ago saying, as of November 26, 2024, I have been in the process of transferring all merch fulfillment from Vite Ramen over to Gamer Subs, who kindly offered to help me at no additional expense. I hope to finish the transition as soon as possible. That's all I will say on the matter, and I must shamelessly ask that my community wait for just a bit longer. I wish Tim and his team the best. It's a very brief message, and it doesn't say much. You know, there's not a lot of info. I'm wondering, kind of wondering what happened. I'm a little curious. But she QRT'd a really long post from Vite Ramen. Seems like they're having issues again. And I remember they were having issues in the past where they kept getting flagged in their system, and then their Shopify account went down. So they've been having issues for a while. It sucks because Bao can't catch a break, and I feel like she just wants this inventory to be fucking sent out and done with. Like, this whole thing must have been a huge headache for her. It's been going on for months now. It's like a previous drop. I feel bad for her. So anyway, let's check out what's going on with Vite Ramen. What's the new problems? I skimmed through it. It seems to be like more fulfillment issues. So Tim here says, I'd like to give general updates about current order and customer service. We understand it's holiday season, and so people are trying to get orders before Christmas and New Year's Eve and stuff. And so read on if you have questions. I've made a post about customer service before, but we deleted that post as it told the story of someone who did not want her story up forever. I will, however, post another relevant section. You see something that happened that some of you might know of, but others might not be, depending on how much you like VTubers, is that we have stepped in to help with the catastrophic consequence of another company's meltdown. There were many customers who had paid but had never gotten their orders, and the previous company was bankrupt and out of money to send anything. This was something that didn't sit right with us, so we stepped in, took the inventory into our own hands, and from out of our own pockets, begun to fulfill the orders that needed it. That's the first part. I'm like, they're doing this all out of their own pocket. They must have been operating at a loss for a really long time, and then it went on even longer than they expected. Oi, you! Yeah, you! Hi! If you're not subscribed to my second channel, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So take a moment, press the like button, press the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell on. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now let's get back into the video. The initial wave was good. Thousands upon thousands of orders were completed in just a few days. And he adds, oof, ouch, our bank account. And many things were delivered, but as we dug more and more, found more orders, the more overwhelming and complex things became. The fulfillment company that this other company had used before had also messed up a lot of things up in even greater ways, leaving us to have to hunt down records for hours sometimes to fulfill a single order. And now some of those customers of the previous turned their ire onto us instead. We had no obligations to do this. These were not our orders. This was not our company. And we had no direct partnership with these VTubers we were helping. We did it because we believed it was the right thing to do. I mean, that's... They must be making money on these orders in some way, right? Or it's like, it can't be 100% loss. I hope. Or because that's a crazy amount of money to invest in what would essentially be just a PR campaign. I understand where the frustrations comes from. Someone offers to help and they're not able to do it perfectly, and the problem isn't fully solved. Some people's orders are still missing things, but for us, we have sacrificed close to $100,000 and thousands of hours of labor hours to help. Oh my god. It was immensely frustrating to be treated so poorly by people who weren't even our customers, but ones of the other company, people who were just trying to help. Did they send out an email to like everybody to tell them? Jesus Christ, they took a decent loss. I take back what I said. They're just trying to get them fulfilled. So the supply was already made and they just needed to send them out. I guess inventory and shipping costs must be the still big expenses. More and more orders also came out of nowhere, putting strain and stress on the infrastructure we'd built for Vite, and now pressured by the weight of all these others, the initial estimates we've been given for what we need to do were off, not just by a little, but by orders of magnitudes. We hired more customer service staff just to help deal with all of this, something that made us no money, something that we asked for no recompense or promotion or anything for. In short, yes, the unkind words of many people have caused incredibly high turnover in our customer service positions, especially during times when seasonal depression is at an all-time high. Wow, I legit never email customer service unless I need to do a return, and that's very rare. But I spoke to a friend that does own a merch company, and he says literally people for example, it's a pre-order item. It hasn't even started being made, and people will message them right away to ask is my order shipped? Is my order shipped? I also don't understand this part. If you go work in a customer service, don't you just expect being yelled at all the time? It is not easy to see those things every day, and we have many who have quit due to mental health. And yes, we are currently understaffed when it comes to customer service right now because of this. Jeez, man. VTuber fans need to behave. We're currently looking at an automatic filtering system to help make this easier so people are able to mentally prepare before tackling the worst ones, instead of needing to be prepared for it all the time. Wow. Is it that bad? Contrary to a few angry people, yes, we are, in fact, working customer service, and we are trying to get to tickets as quickly as we can. Other members of Vite are also working on customer service tickets when time allows, but the holiday season is a busy one. We are stuck between a rock and a hard place with hiring as well. We cannot hire customer service quickly and easily. We work with VTubers and have much stricter protocol when it comes to privacy. That means, to some extent, being related to VTubers at all will disqualify people for the position, as it is incredibly difficult to guarantee that kind of privacy. So if we can't hire customer service quickly, then what's the choices left to us? Work even harder? I feel like most places don't have customer service. They send you to an AI chatbot. That's what my employer YouTube does. Work even harder, work even more overtime, I guess, and I will not be taking any time off until all customer service is solved and orders are out. And we'll be working 16 hours a day minimum. My team will also be doing some overtime, but I cannot in good conscience push them too much while still maintaining the belief of being people over profit. My personal goal is to be able to clear everything in the next 2 weeks. Please remember that spamming more customer service tickets will not help your problem be solved faster. We are dealing with tickets on a first come first served basis, and more tickets slows down the process for everyone involved. Below are updates for specific situations that we received the most questions about. For international orders, we're aware of the processing issues from old orders that were not imported correctly into new system and are trying to get them through. Some international orders are currently stalling from consolidation, which is where our international shipping partner takes packages bound for the same country and moves them together in one big batch for shipping. We're working with our international shipping partner to figure out what's going on. Some orders seem to have managed to get through while others have not. And we are working with them to figure out what's causing this in the system. It may be as simple as their system being overwhelmed by holiday loads and other shipments, with large companies getting priority over ours, but we're not entirely sure. We're looking into using older systems for shipping internationally, but those sometimes don't deal with customs and duties well, which results in similar frustrations of packages being returned or surprise duties and fees at customs, which is why we swapped to the new one to begin with. We are working to have an answer or resolution sometimes next week, and for Zentrea's orders, circuit breaker arrived at our warehouse on Friday. We sent out some update emails before, but as we understand it, emails have not been reaching people very well as of late, so TLDR for anyone who didn't receive the update email, where that the manufacturer had delays on handle production and refining the process on it. We're performing our own checks on it and then packaging everything together, and then Circuit Breaker and Zentreya Spicy Tonkotsu Ramen will be going out. Please note that due to the holiday shipping, things may take a while to go out completely. And orders for Bao, Amali, and Shoto, we have done all that we can to help, and all items and inventory have been transferred to other generous parties who will be able to provide assistance. Bao's orders are going through GamerSup. Amali's orders is going to inventory was transferred, and the new support email is support@leeandlee.com. For Shoto's orders, please contact merch@shoto.gg. So I guess the last two VTubers are handling it on their own. I'm taking a second to process this. I don't know. It's crazy. It looks really difficult. I think looking back, if they knew it would be such a big task load, I think they knew it was gonna be big. I didn't think they knew it would be that complex and that big. And now they're trying to just ask other people to take, you know, some of the orders out. So now I understand more the context of Bao's tweet. So it was already, they probably asked them like, do you know another company that could take these, because we can't do this anymore and your orders are not moving anyway. Yeah, Vite Ramen didn't realize how deep the rabbit hole ran. And on top of that, they're getting shat on for helping. Shipping is expensive and we don't realize it because our shipping are usually free. Like if big e-commerce websites, they usually offer shipping for free, and I kind of realized how expensive shipping was when I started ordering VTuber merch, because these are all fulfilled by small companies, and god damn, it's so expensive. So I wrote a tweet, you know, saying awful week for VTuber, for merch companies. Might do a stream going over the different cases, but I felt like this wasn't my field, you know, and I know a little bit about merchandising, but not that much. I'm like, my biggest questions was, where are all the big fees going into? And a lot of people were tagging Bricky in my post, and so he ended up QRTing my post. And he's somebody that seems very well known in the VTuber industry. He handles a merch of several other large indie VTubers, namely Matara. So he gave us his thoughts on it. So let's take a look at that. I completely forgot what was the whole catalyst for this whole discussion in the first place. It was because VShojo also had merch issues, which this is insane to me. Out with the old, in with the new. Over the past year, the vendor who operated our VShojo merch store failed to meet expectations, leading to significant issues that impacted our community and talent. The vendor failed to fulfill orders in a timely manner and left thousands of orders completely unfulfilled for months. As a result, we have terminated our contract with them and taken the necessary steps to improve our handling of merch sales moving forward. We're also exploring legal remedies since their negligence is unacceptable and has impacted fans, talents, and our brand. We also wanted to give a shout out to Fourth Wall for providing stellar interim support leading up to our current approach to merch. So it's going to be faster shipping, better support, improved quality. And your feedback will be crucial as we try to improve our new merch store. For outstanding orders and support issue, you know, yada yada yada. Fucking Bao is so funny. She always has the funniest reply. She's got, you guys too, huh? And I replied, Bao, no! When I saw that. Yeah, it's crazy that also VShojo, like a big VTuber org, also had issues with merch. Damn you, VTuber merch companies. Okay, so let's see what Bricky thinks. And he says, 2 cents from an extremely biased source, me. Merchandise, especially starting out, is 20 different people and companies holding hands across the globe. Most merch companies are generally middlemen that help build and source / procure items, while they act as the liaison between the creator and the manufacturers. This is a completely legitimate way to do business, and many are extremely successful. This is how I assumed most VTuber merch companies work. It's sort of, some are more complex than others, but it's basically print on demand with the typical items, acrylics, t-shirts, sweats, etc. So they're gonna have, the manufacturer that's printing all this stuff, or certain batches, and then they'll do the website, and they'll put in contact, they'll get the client, they'll buy the final products and put them in contact with the manufacturer. But the problem with that is that it does create massive points of failures in the chain, and if one company messes up, everyone suffers. So if one part of the chain is slowing down, then the whole process is slowing down. Overseas, manufacturing issues will take months to fix because it comes over on boat, weeks minimum. Customer service is slow because the fulfillment company has other clients. It's hard to get answers because overseas they work while we sleep. There's so much that can go wrong, and a lot of it can be out of the hands of even a very skilled company. Each arm has to work together, and when each arm only talks to the middle person, it can get real tough real fast. This is why I'm so damn proud of what Orchid 8 Shop is. We print here apparel, desk mat, stickers, poster, mugs. We fulfill in-house. We have human, not AI customer service. Is it expensive? Absolutely, but it means if things go wrong, it's easily fixed and fast. Anyway, it's a lot and it isn't cheap, but I'm quite prideful in how the shop has been moving lately. As we expand, the goal is to do more and more here, reduce error, remove pre-order times, and so on. So yeah, yippee. It's probably the smartest way to do it all in-house if you can afford it, but it probably requires like a very significant investment. It's much more expensive. I assume he started out smaller with being the middleman, but I'm not sure. I guess most companies would start off being the middleman and then upgrade to having like their production in-house. In the end, you're probably gonna get like a better... It's gonna be more expensive to set up, but you probably will pay less production per item, less production cost per item. Michi said once that VShojo merch was too slow and she was willing to stream less to help behind the scenes to fix it. Dude, Michi's so cute. That she was mad with VShojo because their merch didn't ship to Indonesia, then had someone literally flown out to fix it IRL. No way. Yeah, that's one big thing too. It's because I also have like audience, and she probably has even more, that are like in other countries like Brazil and stuff, and I hate it when some merch companies don't ship there because I feel bad. Oh, I forgot to read this comment by Lude on merch companies. Why merch companies go bust is probably not malicious. One, they try to grow too big too fast in an era where companies need to stay relevant or die. They tend to expand, not realizing how much that expansion really costs. The race to the top breaks the weirdest things, even for Lude. I'm having issues with skateboards I never expected, and that's one unofficial product. Imagine taking on several large VTubers and multiple things and not working out. Hiring full-time staff is also crazy expensive, and many people don't realize this. 2, there's too many risks, not enough fail-safes for unexpected events. That's kind of what Bricky said. And not enough foresight. VTuber gets cancelled or graduate or doesn't generate the expected sales, company dies. This gets increasingly more difficult to avoid as you work with more and more people with increasingly complex products. I mean, I guess if you don't generate the expected sale, company dies. That's probably when it's not pre-ordered, right? But most of them work with pre-orders. Money, they start with a ton of money and not enough experience. It's easier to raise money. Paying it back is the hard part. The normal person has no idea how easy it is to blow through 500k a year just for production. They spend everything and take on a ton of contracts. They think they're safe, but because everything is good, then either number 1 or number 2 hits like a train. There's never enough money, but people don't operate lean enough to cover possible losses. Some people don't even seem to anticipate the worst case. This is where things can also get arguably malicious. Owners see too much money and spend it all on things the company doesn't need. Creators and/or companies are promised a big cut. I know the margins. Merch companies can't offer 40% to people sustainably. That will lead to number 3 of burning through cash, leading to problems with number 2, and it all stems from issue number 1. Merch companies will literally lose money to sign on deals with big creators hoping to gain clout while praying the cash flow is fast enough to offset everything eventually. This model doesn't work. Creator, if a deal is too good to be true, probably is. Number 5, the merch is bad. Look, I don't claim Luwood is made of indestructible handcrafted perfection. Even I look at my stuff and wonder if there's a way to increase the quality, but man, some of the stuff in Artist Alley is leaps ahead of official merch. That's not fair because it's a collective hive mind of the fans versus one design team, but I expect more from some of those big shops. They take cost cutting to insane level because it's quantity over quality. Repeat customers are the most important. I feel like owners don't understand customer acquisition cost. Make something people are happy buying twice. This post is because I'm seeing so many content creators, fans, and friends got burned by the merch industry, but it's not meant to single out any one company, post, or event. And this isn't advertising for Loot. I'm not taking a new client, and I've learned how to say, sorry, I'm too busy. There's some fantastic merch companies out there that are putting a ton of work. Creators, you're trusting someone with your name and brand, value it more than the money. Fans, pre-order. Kickstarter, it's possible you lose it. Consider everything as a donation to your Oshi. You take the main loss in this model, and that's unfortunate. I assume if the company goes bust. I completely understand why people won't pre-order. Friends, y'all are the best. Don't get mad at me for posting this.